Okay, let's do this. This is going to be, we're going to radically accept this practice for what it is. So, right now, the weed whippers are going. What are they? Leaf blow machines? Ah, leaf blowers are going. There's scaffolding 3 stories up, and workers up on the roof, like replacing, I was going to say fascia. I think that's muscle tissue. Maybe it is fascia on houses. I don't freaking know. The point is, is it's loud as shit. I should not probably be making a little yoga video. Secondly, I don't have a plan. I should have a plan. So we're going to radically accept this is what it is. So my general plan is let's do brief meditation with some affirmations and then kind of like a slow hatha style, maybe even yin yoga potentially, but more hatha restorative and oh, right, focusing on the hips, the emotional storage lockers of our bodies. Also focusing on hamstrings because hamstrings, hips, low back, it's the whole enchilada. Okay, so I am going to do my very best to turn up this yoga music and try and drown out some of the leaf blowing. So go ahead, come to a comfortable position on your mat, get a pillow, whatever you need to do to focus and become fully present. Actually, you know what? Oh. Okay. Try not to set my shoes on fire. Okay. Maybe that's too loud. Did a nice job at mellowing out those leaf blowers. Okay, comfortable seated position. I really suggest Sukhasana so you can have externally rotated hips starting to open up through the hip region. If you want to do Virasana or Vajrasana, that's fine. You're still opening up the tops of your thighs. Good stuff. Bring your hands. I forget what this mudra is called. Just go with me. Do this one. It's just the basic one. You're creating a bowl. Start to lengthen and deeply breathe at your own pace, whatever feels comfortable for you. Imagine that beautiful line of energy starting from the ground with your tailbone and your sitting bones, pulling up all the way through your body, up through the crown of your head to the sky. This ever-present, beautiful flow of energy you can root down into the ground to rise up. Sigh it all out. Bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers either way and place it over your heart. Give yourself a heart hug. Breathe in and out. Focus on this present moment within your body, not any of these external factors. Because all of these external factors are based on a bunch of decisions and moments that occurred before this moment. Those external factors are not your worry. They are not your concern because they are not things you can change. When we accept something painful for what it is, there's some freeingness in that. We can have grace in understanding and differentiating between the things that we have control of and the things that we do not. We are not any one of our single feelings or reactions. We are a multitude of feelings that create reactions based on a multitude of moments and experiences. How we react and we respond in a given moment is okay, given all of the moments that have come before this. It is not your fault. You are enough. You are deeply loved. You are amazing value to the people in your life with the ways that you support and connect and lift them up. You are the best authority on you. You are enough. We are strong. We are stable. We are loved. We are safe. And we may be scared, but that is just one of many emotions that we may have, but does not rule us, because we are more than what we feel in a moment. We are wise, we are brave, and we are full of courage. Take a few comfortable deep cycles of breath. Release the interlace at your heart. Raise your arms overhead. Reach all the energy from your tailbone and your sitting bones up to the sky. Drop your left arm and arc your right arm in the same direction. So walk your left hand out, arc your right arm over your head, tuck your chin and gently take your gaze to the sky. Inhale, lengthen through all four sides of your waist. Gently drop your hand to the right, your right hand to the right. Bring your left hand overhead and stretch. Tuck your chin in and gently roll your head up to the sky. Feels good. Inhale, root into your sitting bones, come back up. Keep your arms out. Rotate your palms towards the ceiling, and your thumbs towards the ground, and your pinky fingers up to the sky. And this is just a nice stretch across the chest. Breathe into your open, beautiful wings and see yourself accept each moment for what it is without judgment or blame. Cross your right hand over your left. Give yourself a hug. Tilt your head down. Lift your elbows up. And bring space into that back body. Inhale, wide open, palms to the sky, fingertips towards the back of the room, pinky side up. Inhale, breathe. Be open to this moment. You are on your mat and it is beautiful and it is perfect right now. You don't have to do anything. Well, you can follow along if you want. Exhale, wrap your left hand over your right and give yourself a hug. Again, when you drop your head, lift your elbows and wiggle forward and hug yourself. You are safe, you are held, you are loved. You are your own best authority. Inhale, ooh, arms overhead. Exhale, bring them down. Interlace behind you. And just open up the front heads of your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to broaden your front collarbones. Gently roll your neck. Okay. So, start to generate a little bit of heat in the body, okay? Move whatever props you've got going on. Grab some other props you think that you might need. You have flames. Be very, very careful. Okay. So let's just do one round of Surya Namaskar B. Okay. Feet together, toes touching. Itsy bitsy little triangle in between your toes. Sit down into a chair. Lift your chest up. Squeeze your legs together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit lower. Inhale, reach through all four sides of your waist. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Oh, just hang tight here for a second. Maybe wiggle your hips. Start to open up in the back of the hamstrings. Do not set your hair on fire. Inhale, lift halfway to prepare. Oh, so good. Reach your sitting bones towards the back of your mat as you lengthen out through the crown of your head. You might want to bring your fingertips to your shins to kind of maybe gently, super gently, create some tension to create a little bit more strength in that line that you're creating. Exhale, forward fold. Place your hands and step back with your right leg only. Lower your right knee and come into low lunge. We're going to untuck our back toes, walk our hands up, and just hang. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Pull your left hip back as you soften into your front right thigh. Root strongly into the four corners of your foot and stack your left knee above that ankle. Inhale, lengthen through all four sides of your waist as you keep your floating ribs tucked in. Okay, bring your hands forward. Wiggle your left foot out a bit. Tuck your back toe again, just to kind of reset where your hips are. We're coming into lizard. You may choose to stay with your hands rooted strongly into the ground, hugging your left knee to your left shoulder. You may come up onto your toes in this particular pose. You may not as well. You may choose to come forward with your chest and come down into elbows. Again, you really want to keep the left appendages, leg and arm, squeezing together. So no matter what you're doing in terms of where your chest and your hands are placed, pull your left sitting bone back and soften into your right front thigh. Beautiful. Tuck your right toe. Sorry, we're coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. I just needed to grab my block, or my pillow. Okay, tuck your right toe, shift your hips backwards, and come into half split. Ho, 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 ho. My hammies are so freaking tight. In half split, make sure your left foot is really energized. Okay? Pull your toes up towards your feet, your face. Plug your left femur into your left hip. Inhale, lengthen up onto fingertips. Reach out through the crown of your head as you flatten your left foot to the ground, and then wiggle it over your left foot to the right side of your mat. You're going to come down into a forward folding pigeon pose and target our left outer hip. Okay, so real quick, knee, pure hinge joint, pure hinge joint, pure hinge joint. Don't fuck it up, okay? So just be really careful you're not twerking. Check in. My blocks are all the way across the room, but basically your knee needs to go like this. Don't make it go like that. Anywho. In this pose, you will lay your weight over your left leg, the chest weight of your chest, torso, whatever. You'll want to envision that you're rolling your right inner thigh up to the sky. So like you're trying to tan the inner thigh of your right leg. As you rotate that up, you take your left sitting bones back towards your heel. That helps you get a little bit nicer down into this. Okay, walk your hands back in, tuck your right toe, Root into your hands and rise up to a three-legged dog and just roll your ankle out. You might want to open your dog, whatever. Really, you're just releasing fluid from that left leg back down into your heart. Place your left foot in between your hands and rise up to Warrior One. In Warrior One, again, your left foot is rooted strongly into the floor, and your toes, your knee, and your left hip are all pointing in that same direction. Your right foot is at a 45-degree angle towards the front of your mat, or just like pointing towards that right corner. Tuck your floating ribs in as you broaden your collarbones. And then back bend if you want. Oh, don't fall over. Okay. Exhale, hands to ground. Step towards the top of your mat. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. Cross your arms and hang. Gently release your hands. Step your toes together. Big toes touch. Tiny triangle in between your heels. Bend your knees and sit down into a chair. Raise your chest and draw your arms overhead. Inhale, rise up to Urdhva Hastasana, mountain pose with arms overhead. Exhale, lower your arms to shoulder height, gentle twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen up through all four sides of the body as you rotate to the left. Exhale, lower your arms to shoulder height. Inhale, arms overhead. Your feet are still together with that wee little triangle. Sit into a chair. Exhale, get lower. Inhale, lengthen through all four sides of the waist. Remember, tuck your floating ribs in as you broaden your collarbones. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, slowly and intentionally. Forward fold. Inhale, root your hands into the ground or your calves and create space in between the crown of your head and your tailbone. Exhale, place your hands on the ground and step your left foot back this time. Lower your knee to the ground. Prop up your janky knees if you need to. Root all four corners of your right foot into the ground as you gently soften into your left front thigh and walk your hands up your thigh to find low lunge on the other side. Oh, gosh, this feels so good. So instead of just dropping straight into this left front thigh, again, remember that tanning thing? So now try and get some sunlight on your inner left thigh as you pull your right femur back into your right hip and sitting bone. So everything here really wants to be adducting, squeezing and pulling back, keeping nice and neutral and even. And then you can gently get into that stretch a little bit more. Ooh. Okay. Hands to the ground. Send your hips back in space so that your hips stack over your left knee. Straighten your right leg and come into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split on the right side. So just remember, of course, each side of our body is a little bit different. We have dominant hands, dominant feet. But we also have different, I guess, stresses, you could say, too. So practice radical acceptance for your body. It's not different on two different sides for no reason. It's different on two different sides because you had a lifetime of experiences that has created it in that way. It's okay. You're perfect. Remember, send your left inner thigh back towards the back of your mat as you draw your right hip into, well, not your hip, your right femur into your right hip. You can also think of it as lengthening your right sitting bones towards the back of your mat. Okay. Inhale for length all through four sides of your waist. Gently place your right foot back down. Walk your right hand inside of your right foot and squeeze. Remove my hair. And squeeze right foot to right shoulder. Again, lizard on the other side. You can come up here. That's what feels good in your body. You can stay down here. You can come to forearms. But remember, wherever you're at, this seal, almost you can think of it, is what I'm not saying what's most important, but it's what we're going for. It's not awkward pigeon. It's lizard. It's a lizzie. So like in all the poses that we have been doing, roll your left inner thigh up towards the sky. Draw your right sitting bones back towards your left heel. Oh, can see some adjustments I'm making in my own body. And again, these little adjustments just help to enliven the pose and not just allow your body to drop into your connective tissue, but really engage and activate your connective tissue, your fascia, tendons, ligaments, as well as your muscles. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. Inhale. Walk your hands back in. I do want to say I kind of know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just meant more so. What are you doing, Leah? Just be quiet and fucking cue these poses. Okay. You are grounding your hands back into the ground, rooting your hands back into the ground. Tuck your back left toe. Ooh, send your hips up into the air. Kick your breath out of the way. And come back into that three-legged dog. Oh, we open up that hip. Do a couple ankle circles. Just roll it out. Let some of the let some of the toxins back down. Okay. And then place your right foot in between your right hands. Adjust your left foot for a warrior one stance. Root into your feet as you rise up. Right foot is parallel with the long edge of your mat. Right knee stacking over right ankle. Left leg A foot is turned out kind of at a 45-degree angle. Really look at your hip point, and you want a straight line from your hip point to your knee to your ankle. Remember, not twerking. Oh shit, we didn't do pigeon on the other side. Okay, we'll get that after this. Warrior one. Sit into that knee, tuck your floating ribs, broaden your collarbones, raise your arms next to your ears, and back bend a little bit if you want. Okay, hands to ground, come up onto your toes, gently lower your left knee down, walk your right foot towards the left side of your mat, and we are going to come back to pigeon pose. Okay. Knee, pure hinge joint. Don't fuck it up. By fuck it up, I mean if it hurts any sensation in the knee, back out of it and come into a pose like this. 90-degree angles, okay? Gently lower the weight of your torso over that right hip. And just breathe into that hip. Just let go. Inhale. Walk your chest back up. Root into your hands. Tuck your back left toe. Come up. One more time. Hit that three-legged dog. Just give it a little wiggle. Look forward. Step to the top of your mat. Feet are hips distance apart. And let's do either Padahastasana or Padangustasana. So what I said was either do big toe lock, yogic grip, peace fingers around your big toe, or take your entire hand and stand on your hands. So your toes are at your wrist creases. I prefer this one because one, I'm handstanding. I'm standing on my hands. Ha ha ha, isn't that the worst joke ever? I had a yoga teacher that made that joke. It was awesome. The other thing is because I actually like to use my toes right now. I give my hands a little massage. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. You're probably not supposed to do that. I don't fucking care though. Okay. Inhale, lengthen as though you were going into a halfway lift and really just get that yummy juiciness in between your shoulder blades. Exhale, gently bend your elbows and fold forward. Eyes towards the navel here. Okay, remove your hands from yoga grip or standing on them. Bring your front toes, because you have back toes. It makes no sense. Bring your big toes to touch. Triangle between the heels. Bend your knees. Send your hips back in space. Lift your torso. And then your arms in front of your pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Tadasana. That was slightly creepy. I just saw someone peek in my window and watch me. Okay, turn towards the long edge of your mat. We're going to do wide-legged forward fold. So, actually, let's do something different. Walk your hands forward like you're doing a downward facing dog and wide-legged forward fold. So if you're like me, you kind of have a tendency to send your butt backwards. Don't do that. It's kind of why I start this way. Send your butt to the sky. Oh, okay. If you have really, really flexy hips, instead of kind of externally rotating as much as you can, I don't know if you can see me in the mirror behind me, but anyways, you're going to want to actually roll your hips in. So kind of tuck them. I feel like you can see that. But anyways, okay. Okay, now bend your right knee. Walk your hands to the right. Do not set your hair on fire. Okay, straighten your right leg. Walk your hands to the left. Oh, and bend your left leg. So we're just really stretching out that inner groin now. We focused on the front of our legs, the outside of our thighs. So now we are just doing some inner groin work. Okay, come back to center, come up onto fingertips, and find that halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen out through all four sides of the waist. Exhale. Forward fold. Again, eyes to navel. If you're really flexy like me in this pose, squeeze your sitting bones together. And you may want to touch your head to the ground, but if you do, it's not weight bearing. You're really keeping the weight in your hands. Okay. Might feel good to explore the sensation of bending your knees again. It might not. Don't do it if you don't want to. Walk your hands back forward. I'm doing this like, what did I do? Wide-legged forward fold, walking forward to a low lunge, and then just setting up, I don't know what this is called. It's almost like a camel setup or the hero setup. But what I am wanting to do is come to sit on my shins, but then use the weight of my torso to lean back and then balance on my feet, my bum on my feet. And, excuse me, sorry. And lift my knees off the ground. So this is really opening up the front of your ankles, as well as that front little chicken tender muscle that runs on your shin. Okay. So now cross your feet. Don't roll over though, okay? Come and sit on your left foot. And just gently, pull your left knee towards you. So this is another really nice stretch in the ankle. Come forward onto your hands again. Cross your feet in the other direction. Come and gently rest your tush on your right foot. And then gently pull up a little bit with your right knee. Open up the front of that one. Okay. Oh. Crap, I forgot. Oh, got it. Okay. Come, I don't know, to whatever this is. Right foot flat on the ground, left foot in that same Vajrasana position. Place your hands behind your hips, fingertips pointing towards your heels, and then just gently lift your hips up. This is a nice stretch for the front line of your thighs. We've definitely opened up this part of our legs, but I particularly like this one because this one's weight bearing more on hands rather than on the knee, like how we were down in that one lunge. As you can tell by my pillows, my knees suck. Okay. Now, come to that deer shape. So, pigeon here. I mean, if you cheered at all, this is also like your classic cheer shape. But anyways, left hand out to the left and then push up. Let's see. So you're on the shins of both sides. Oh, and bring your arm overhead. So this is a beautiful, nice, deep side stretch up through here. Oh. Okay, come back. This time, left foot flat, right shin to ground, hands behind, tush, fingers pointing towards feet. Ooh. Pull your navel towards your spine as you're bringing this up. It's almost like a bridge-esque kind of tummy engagement. Okay, gently lower your hips back down. Walk your hands forward and to the side. Come into that deer / cheer pose on the other side. Weight into right hand. Push into your shins. Come up to both shins. Reach your left arm overhead. Oh, beautiful. Okay. We are going to come to a reclining position next. I highly suggest a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a necktie. I mean, shit, you can use string. The only thing is that when the material isn't thick like this and it's like a tiny little string, it's going to hurt and feel like it's cutting into your foot. So that doesn't bother you. Use string. If it does, find something different. What have I used before? I've used a long sleeve shirt, like literally. Take the two arms, whoosh, 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 make it into like that towel looking shape. Use that. Okay, doesn't matter. Get into recline. Grab something for your neck if you want. Please don't place anything under your sacrum right now at this point. Slide your right foot into your strap or tie or string. Okay, so you got options here. You can for sure just have this left foot flat on the ground. You can have it extended on the ground. This gives a little bit more of like some ab bullshit, I guess. You can have it hovering off the ground. This is more actual ab bullshit. So I actually like mine hovering. I'm not sure why. I think it just is like, I feel like a bit of a pendulum. And so as I kind of, pull my leg towards me, I can see this other leg coming up, right? Well, no, I'll bring that bad boy back down. So this is obviously deep hamstring work. If this is not your jam, no big deal. Bend your knee, right? And then just bring your knee into your chest because you're still really opening up in good places. Okay, gather your prop of choice into your left hand. Right foot up, left hand up. Take your right hand out to the side and gently, with control, shift your weight of your right leg to the left. Once you get it here, bring some relaxation. So maybe soften. You don't have to have that totally straight leg, soften. Engage your core as you bring your right leg up to the right, and just for equal equilibrium, let it open to the right a little bit. Good stuff. One more time, back center. Lovely. Okay, switch feet. Oh. If you are hovering your foot off the ground, make sure that that leg is engaged. So okay, you could just have it here like that, but that's not really helping you. Engage your legs. So flexed foot, pointed toe, either way, the whole thing, nice, beautiful, strong line all the way down. Gather your strap or whatever you're using into your right hand up, left foot up, left hand open to the side, and gently, with control, and without suffering, bring your right foot to the right. Holy shit. Two sides of the body are different. Don't make them do the same thing. They shouldn't. Inhale, suck your belly button into your spine as you bring your left leg back up. Switch hands and slowly lower it out to the left. Engage your core as you bring your left leg back up. Bring your right leg to meet your left. I'm going to tighten up. Yeah. Okay. From here, feel free to transition into Shavasana. Grab a blanket, whatever you want to be comfortable. Also, feel free to just knock out a couple of little stretches that you think are going to just help your body. So, big fan of this happy baby. I also, for good measure, am going to come into quick frog. If you want to do this with me, by all means, tabletop position, okay? And then, God, it's the worst pose to get into. Okay, so your feet are parallel with the long edge of your mat. Your shins are parallel with the short edge of your mat. Now, you can stay right here. You can walk your hands forward. It's just all about what your body is ready for. I've been working on my frog for a little bit. Oh, gosh. Just a great inner groin opener. by now, you're either coming out of frog with me or you're just like the coziest little bug in a rug, snugged on your yoga mat. Reconnect to your breath. Your normal, natural breath is perfect. Yoga provides us with so many opportunities to return to our authentic self. This practice was about radical acceptance, a distress tolerance skill, so that while you may be in an extremely painful situation, moment of time, you are able to keep it as pain instead of suffering. And this can be really, really difficult to do. But the thing is that throughout this practice, you made decisions that were in the best interest of you. You decided to use a prop. You decided to ignore me. You decided not to use a prop. You decided to take child's pose and rest. You decided I was too flexible and this was not your jam. Whatever it was, or you decided to go along with my wackiness, right? But whatever it is, you decided, because you are your own best authority on you. And yoga gives us opportunities, many ways, where we can be strong in our decisions and our choices because we know our own bodies and we know what feels right and what doesn't feel right. Because again, we are the best authority on ourselves. This moment is a culmination of so many moments before it. It is freeing to give up control to the things you truly cannot change, like an incredibly painful situation or moment. You can't change it, right? But it doesn't define us. This feeling, this moment, does not define us. We are worthy. We are beautiful. We are wanted. And we will make it. The sun will rise tomorrow. You will have many other moments. Let's take 3 big sighs. Feel the weight of your bones melting towards the floor. Feel the air passing over your skin. The sun will rise again tomorrow. The only way through it is through it. You are enough. However you feel is perfect. Well, maybe not perfect feeling, but it's okay. It's valid. You're beautiful, you are strong, you are wise. If you have the time to stay in this relaxed, affirming, meditative space, please do. If not, I invite you to gently roll, if you're in Shavasana, gently roll to your side and take a few deep cycles of breath on your side before you come up into a seated position. If you're already in the seated position, or when you finally arrive in your seated position, if you're closing with us now, bring your hands back up to Anjali Mudra, prayer position at the heart. Interlace your fingers the opposite way that you interlace them at the beginning of the practice, and place them right here and give yourself a heart hug. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. Thank you for accepting my own spasticness and chaotic energy when I started this practice. And thank you so much for sticking with me until we got into this calmer, more meditative place, at a place of truth, honesty, and earnest work. You're strong. You're enough. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.